You want to be able to make progress towards what you're trying to accomplish. I know one of those things is being in a better financial position. One big thing that I asked myself in my decision making this week that really helped me to refocus and make a decision is... Hey there, freedom lover. Welcome to the Mortgages and Mimosas Podcast, where we empower single women just like you to intentionally buy your first house so you can accelerate your path to financial freedom. I am your hostess, Nobu Musekiwa. I am so excited to hang out with you today. Let's get started. Even though I no longer work in corporate and I now work with corporations on a contract basis, I'm still very much a corporate girl. And to be honest, I like corporate structure because I like organization and I like systems. And one of the things that has stuck with me from corporate is thinking about my time in quarters. And so as I look at the date today, right, it feels like, oof, like the year is moving. The year has moved faster than I expected. While there's still a good amount of time in the year, we are getting closer towards the end. And one of two things can happen at this point. You can either feel like, well, I guess what I wanted to do is not going to happen because we're so far in the year. Or you can take the approach of, well, I still have a good amount of time to get to where I want to go, right? As I'm recording this, it's the beginning of August. And so, yes, like the year has moved, but there is still time to get things done. And I encourage you to take that stance of using the time left in the year and making the most out of it. And a tension point that I see quite often is having a hard time making a decision. And this came up because I'm in a virtual event this week. And as I started this event, I had a decision to make, right? I am going after two different competing priorities, and I felt like I needed to make a decision in order to maximize my time. And I know you probably have been in the same place where you have two things that both seem important and it seems like you can't make a decision on it. Now, the many things that you can do, one of which could be to just ignore and don't make a decision and just live in this limbo for a long time. And many people choose to do that. However, like since you are here, that's probably not where you want to go, and you want to be able to make progress towards what you're trying to accomplish. I know one of those things is being in a better financial position. And so I wish I could go back and give credit to where I heard this, but I just don't remember. But one big thing that I asked myself in my decision making this week that really helped me to refocus and make a decision is, if you could see the future and you knew 100% that you would succeed in this, which option would you choose? And I think that's a really powerful way to make your decisions, because we tend to take a step back and try to focus on like all the possible like negative things that can happen, right? Like all these things can go wrong, which is fine. All those things can go wrong, but also a lot of things can go right. But more importantly, whether things go right or whether things go wrong, you cannot tell the future. And so spending your time and energy wrangling on like what's the best decision and trying to predict the future doesn't really make sense. But more importantly, if you look back in time to decisions that you made, whether it turned out to be a bad decision or a good decision, you're still here. You're still okay. And your bad decisions probably worked out better than you expected. Let me know. Have you made, or has something happened that has been bad? Or have you made a bad decision that in the end turned out to be one of the best things that you could have done? And so right now, if you're in a crossroads and you are just wrangling over a decision, like should I do this or should I do that? Or what is the best thing for me to do? Use that question as your deciding factor and see how that works for you. If you knew 100% that things would work out perfectly in the best case scenario, which option would you pick? And then pick it and go for it and then live your life. right? Because the more time that you spend worrying and trying to make the best decision, that's less time that you're spending actually doing the action that's going to get you to the life that you want to live, where you have more freedom and more options to do what you want to do and not what you have to do. And by the way, if you want to buy your first house in a way that allows you to use it as your freedom building lever and double it up as your 9 to 5 exit plan, go ahead and check the show notes to join my next masterclass where I show you exactly how you can turn your first house into income and freedom.